Hello everyone, my name is Venattrix. I'm the community manager and welcome to the Trovo Academy. Today, I wish to talk to you about account security. With the growth of the platform, we've seen a surge of people trying to hack Trovo accounts. To help you prevent this, we're going to give you some of the best tips for securing your account. This is very important to make sure your private information, mana, gems, elixir, and your account itself doesn't get stolen. So what are some of the ways to secure your account on Trovo? In this video, I'll be going over some methods and good practices. Keep in mind, these tips are also recommended to use on any other accounts you have on the internet. Super helpful. Let's start with the basics. Password. So let me tell you the 3 most common mistakes when creating a password. 1, you're making it too short. The shorter it is, the less time it will take to brute force it. 2, using your own personal information in the password. Let's be honest, that's the first thing someone will use when they're trying to guess. And 3, using common phrases. Just don't do that. Alright, so let's go over some weak password examples. Password 123 is a pretty obvious example of what not to do. 12345 or QWERTY are also bad ones. Your name and your date of birth, for example, Venattrix 0601, is something you shouldn't be using. Any passwords similar to these are definitely recommended to avoid. Now that we've established what makes a weak password, let's take a look what makes a strong one. So the first tip is to make it long. The longer the string for a password is, the more combinations it will have, which makes brute forcing so much more difficult. The second best thing what makes a good password is having a variety of different characters. So letters, capital letters, numbers, and special characters like an exclamation mark or a question mark. All right, example time again. So these are not only actually strong, but they're also super easy to remember if you find a long string of random characters too bothersome. The actual formula for these are a couple of semi-random words and 3 numbers between them. You get a bonus point for putting a character somewhere in there. One thing to mention though, don't let their simplicity fool you. These are extremely secure passwords. It's gonna be really tough to get through them. Let's now go over some of general good advice regarding password managing. Fact. The largest amount of cases that involve account hacking are because people have used the same password on Trovo as on other websites. We cannot put enough emphasis to absolutely avoid this most common mistake. One of the solutions for not trying to remember tons of different passwords is using a password manager such as KeePass. For that, we recommend using a very strong master password to make sure that one isn't cracked. One last thing we'd like to mention is that you don't share your passwords with anyone, not even your friends. And with that, all our tips and tricks regarding passwords have been concluded. But is there anything else that you can do to increase your account security even more? Absolutely you can. The absolute best method for that is enabling 2-factor authentication. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, 2-factor authentication is a specific type of multi-factor authentication that strengthens account access security by requiring 2 methods to confirm your identity. Essentially, it's just an extra layer of security in case somebody manages to get your login information by requiring an additional source of verification. There's usually a few different choices of verification. On Trovo, we have 2 options: getting a code via SMS on your mobile phone, or entering a token from an authenticator app, such as Google Authenticator. We do recommend, though, using an authenticator app as the most secure choice. If you're still not sure how to set all of this up, let me show you right now. Once you're on the Trovo.live webpage, go to your profile and click on Settings. Here, find the Use 2-factor authentication method under Security. Click on that and enable your choice of security you wish to use. Before you can enable this, you have to verify your identity via your mobile phone first. So click Send to receive a code on your mobile phone. You'll receive the code and type it in. Now you should open your Authenticator app and either scan the QR code via your camera or enter the code manually. Once you have done that, click Confirm, and on your Authenticator, you will see a code, a token that you can use to log in, to authorize yourself to log into your account. And that is pretty much it. You are now secured with 2FA. If you applied all of these tips, your account is as secure as it can get. But what happens if your account does get hacked? Your top priority should be changing the password on any other account you've used this password for. But we're hoping that's not going to be the case after watching this video. The second thing you should do is send an email on customer@trovo.live with the following information: your mobile phone with the country code included, new email, new password, and a proof of your identity, such as the picture of your ID, screenshot of you streaming on your lost account, basically anything that can prove you are indeed the owner. We will reach out back to you as soon as possible. And that covers all the topics we wanted to talk about in this video. We hope you'll apply these super valuable tips so your account is hacker-proof. Thank you so much for watching, and we're looking forward to see you on the next Trovo Academy video. Happy streaming!